you got on the ground floor of this hydrocodone pill game.
I can actually say I witnessed it and unfortunately contributed to it.
You could just make a couple $100 in an hour.
It was too good to be true. You never notice you're a drug addict until you want something and can't afford it.
So doctors were giving out like party bags.
You was getting hydrocodone, Soma, which is a muscle relaxer. You're getting Xanax, and you're getting 8 ounces of syrup and a refill on everything. Man, I'm telling you, I done seen doctors, lawyers, everybody.
My guest today goes by Jugg, a Houston dope boy who made millions of dollars trafficking in hydrocodone pills. Jugg is from Louisiana, but relocated to Houston, Texas in the mid-2000s at the beginning of the lean epidemic in that city. But instead of selling lean, which is codeine and promethazine syrup, Jugg found a huge market for hydrocodone pills. Back in his hometown of Alexandria, Louisiana, he could sell 20,000 pills a day at $1.50 profit per pill, killing him. In fact, Jugg and a few others single-handedly created this niche opioid epidemic in Louisiana the same way that Mike D did with lean in Houston. This is one of the least talked about but most profitable and widespread drug epidemics in the Deep South during the mid-2000s opioid crisis. I myself had no idea that guys like Jugg were moving this way. It's incredible. After getting out of prison, Jugg became a legal business owner and is today a successful entrepreneur. He also teaches ex-cons how to get their trucking license, a very valuable skill, so make sure to check him out on socials as well as his YouTube page. Southern culture is so wild, you guys. You're gonna love this one. It's Jugg, right here on The Connect with Johnny Mitchell. All right, we got a fun one today, you guys. Before we get going, do me a favor and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that little alert bell. And as always, smash that like button and drop a comment below. All right, let's get into it. Thanks so much. Jugg, thanks for being here, man.
What's good, my man?
Where Jugg? Where does Jugg come from?
Oh, Jugg? My homie gave me the name Jugg. X-Man, he just started calling me Juggernaut. He said I got a big head, but I'm a rapper, so that became my rap name. You feel me? When I was trying to think of a rap name, he was like Juggernaut. And I liked it the way it sounded. And then, of course, it get cut short to Jugg. Like,
yeah,
I'm Juggernaut in Alexandria, but in Houston, I'm Jugg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the streets, were you Jugg as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was my name. It followed me because, that was my name. I had a chain, big old chain that said Jugg.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you rapping before the streets, or after you blew up in the game, did you start rapping? Like, how did that work?
I used the game to finance my rap career, but I was hustling since 93. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was hustling since 93.
You were a youngster.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad was in the game?
Yeah, my dad brought me my first 10 pounds of weed. That's how I saw my first real thousands through my pops.
And you were just like a teenager.
I was in the 9th grade. Never forget it.
Wow.
Never forget it.
Yeah, that's wild.
My grandma used to live in a dope neighborhood, but I'm going to school close to her, so I walked to her house after school. And there's crackheads everywhere, so we just jump off the porch. And then, I was playing football at a point. And every time I get out of school, my uncle and them would be made a couple $100, and I'm just starting. Mm-hmm. And my tea lady finna pick me up. So I quit football and went hustling full time.
Yeah.
And then
were you blown away by how fast like crack was moving? Like you could just make a couple $100 in an hour?
Yeah, definitely. It was too good to be true.
Yeah.
It was too good to be true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because you saw like the ground floor of the crack game, and then later when you became an adult, you got on the ground floor of this hydrocodone pill game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a
The
blessing.
inception of it, the inception of the epidemic. Mm-hmm. I can actually say I witnessed it and unfortunately contributed to it.
You said there was no heroin, because your story is an opioid story.
Yeah.
You said there was no heroin in Alexandria, Louisiana, where you grew up.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because in Port Arthur, Texas, those are like big dope fiend kind of working class port towns.
Yeah.
Like heroin was big back in the day there. But then just right across the border in Louisiana, they just weren't using it.
Well, in New Orleans, they was on heroin bad, but it just wasn't in our town. Like the few people I have heard that shot up, it was shoot up a pill called Delilah, and it was a heavy opioid. But that was the farthest to go. They never shot up heroin. You couldn't go nowhere in Alexandria and say, I'm finna go get me a foil, a $10 foil or whatever. You just couldn't do it.
Did crackheads, because like the way that drug addicts usually operate, it's like, you either like uppers, stimulants, coke, etc., or you like downers, opioids, heroin,
Yeah.
pills, whatever. When the hydrocodone became big,
Yeah.
thanks to you and
a few-
others,
Yeah.
did you notice crackheads start to leave the crack alone and come over to that?
Nah.
Or did those stay two different
worlds.
markets?
It was a generational thing.
Okay.
It was a generational thing.
Explain that. What do you mean?
The old school guys smoked crack. You had your pill population. Just say it was about 20, 30 people. Just say 50 people in Alexandria in that pill racket. Remember I was telling you we had the old guys that write. So you had those, they supplying those 50 people. But it's not a big market. And they would drink syrup. I used to hear Honk and them talk about syrup. They used to always say this guy named Killer bringing some syrup. And I'm thinking they talking about pancake syrup. Like, what the until I got older, like, that's what they was talking about. But so they always did it, but it wasn't like, even my uncle and them, they snorted powder and stuff, but they brick men, they got bricks. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? They the men in the town. Mm-hmm. And but they would drink syrup, so they experimented with it, but it wasn't no big racket like it was when my generation was introduced to the pill thing. And maybe the doctor's office wasn't available, the market wasn't there, and for them to, large quantity supply.
Yeah, because later on, when you really get into it, you have to go to Houston, this huge city, and you're able to go to like hundreds of doctors to get scripts. You can't do that in Alexandria. There's only but so many doctors.
There ain't but so many doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come to Houston and the way you just go sit, you know what a doctor's office is, they handing out flyers at the mall everywhere. Come to my pain management clinic. So I would go for myself to get a bottle, and then I'm talking to the people. Everybody coming out of there, I'm asking, can I buy your bag? Buy your bag? Buy your bag? Oh. And you come up on 1,000, 1,200 right quick.
No, so you just went there. You just went there for yourself at the beginning?
Yeah.
Because you were sipping.
I'm sipping, I'm going to get the drink, and I want a name bottle. We're traveling, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the music business. We're traveling, and so I want my name situation. So if we get pulled over, we don't get in no trouble. But once again, it just took off all of a sudden where everybody wanted them, so it became my business.
Okay, so explain that. So you're going around doing shows?
Yeah.
And obviously, like, it's hip, it's cool to have lean. It's cool to have drink.
Yeah.
What does that mean, your name on it?
My name on the bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, the bottle I'm carrying it in, my name is on that bottle.
Because legally, you're only allowed to have stuff to use
I won't
it.
go to jail for this.
Right, I see.
You know what I'm saying? You're traveling with a group and you just don't want to, we will ride with paint bottles with no name on it. But if you could, you want a name situation.
And you guys didn't look at it like it was a drug addict thing.
We was players. We was having too much money. Like, listen, you know a drug addict, and you never notice you're a drug addict until you want something and can't afford it.
Yeah.
As long as you got the money, what is a drug addict? You think a drug addict is a homeless person or a person that don't bathe, a person that wash cars to get their drug. That's what you think an addict is until you have a habit that you can't afford. And then you're like, oh.
So you guys were balling off of like weed money and brick money.
Weed and brick money, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, so the drink was just a hobby. It was like
the
drinking
drink was
alcohol.
A hobby. It was a culture thing. It was a culture thing. Like I say, the OGs, we used to drink, it was a hydrocodone drink called Tussionex. Then you got a promethazine with codeine drink. It's purple. Tussionex is yellow. Promethazine is purple. In Alexandria, we favored the Tuss more. But when the screw culture came out, we would drink the purple, but that ain't what we wanted. But when the culture came out and it was just more plentiful, you can find a pint of purple at the mall in Houston. You come down here and ask them, I need to get a pint, and they're going to point you to it. So now we started drinking that a little more. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but you guys in Alexandria didn't really drink like that. Like, it wasn't an epidemic the way it was in Houston. There wasn't this big market for lean.
It was when it broke here, it broke there.
Right.
It wasn't an epidemic in Houston. It was just like nobody, like Mike D would say, nobody thought they was addicted. Mm-hmm. They just drinking at nighttime when they going by screw house. You know what I'm saying? They're not waking up in the morning with that comes down the line when you know what I'm saying? Did you get addicted? Yeah, definitely. Definitely, but I never experienced like withdrawals or nothing because I was always able to afford my. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you can afford good, you can avoid withdrawals. Yeah, that's with anything. If you smoke weed or if you drink beer, if you got money to buy you a beer, you're gonna get you're gonna be able to take care of yourself.
Wow.
So
But eventually you have to stop, though.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. You got to get to that point.
So you're rapping and you're killing it selling weed.
Yeah.
You were moving like hundreds of pounds. Tell us about that.
Getting about 150 pounds a week in Alexandria. Flushing them in about 2 hours time.
Killing them.
Killing them.
What kind of weed is it?
Regular weed. Back then, the drug wasn't around like that.
Just like Mexican.
Just Mexican swag. Yeah, Mexican swag. But it was good green, though. Like, don't get it twisted. It'd be the best regular you can get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course, when you're buying that much, like it might be 2 to 3 different kinds, but it's going to be some of that bomb in there. You got to have that for it to go like it's going for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, so you had the plug. Were you dealing with Mexicans? Who was like the
I was dealing with some guys from North Louisiana in the beginning. Actually, I dealt with Mexicans, though. Man, I done had plugs. In this business, man, people going to go to jail. People going to fall off. I done had more money than a lot of my plugs because they just, raised in Houston and went to school with the guy that got the tons. But they don't have the money to go buy it, you know what I'm saying? So they making $25, $30 off a joint or $100 or whatever they making. And I'm coming through spending 50 or 100 racks. You see what I'm saying? So the plug thing, that was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I messed with who had it and was trustworthy. We had a network, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just going to anybody and go and spend that kind of money. You're gonna run into a brick wall if you do.
And you had your own bank. Like you had the bankroll.
Yeah.
And the clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was getting fronted, but it came a point in time when I just had to start my own organization. It was just best for me. The pill thing, I could have stayed over there because the weed was convenient, it was fairly cheap, and I was making good money off of it. But I just wanted, my pill thing got so big, I gotta get out of this organization because I don't want no heat from over there to come over here and corrupt what I got going on.
So what year did you have that light bulb moment where you were like, oh, I can buy these, what they call trash pills in Houston and flip them in seconds in Alexandria, these hydrocodone pills?
My takeoff was 2004, 2005.
Did you dump them off to some people that liked this? Like, how do you start a market? Like, did you go to Alexandria?
The market was already there. That's what I'm saying. It was people that probably started it before me. But like I told you, the consistency. Like when I got in it, my consistency was like none other. Yeah, it might be people might come through with 20,000 a month. I'm coming through with 20,000 a week because I got the transportation too. The average person renegading their situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing no renegade backseat action. Like I had a real operation, so my consistency was next to none.
So for people that don't know, like me, these hydrocodone pills, how many of those would equal, if you're a person taking them to get high, how many of those would equal like a pint of lean?
Probably about 60, I want to say.
Oh, that's a shitload.
About 60 pills.
So you could see.
I mean, in total, in milligrams, we only speaking in milligrams.
That's what I mean, in milligrams.
Yeah.
So
for every ounce of codeine syrup, it's 40 milligrams in that 1 ounce. That's 4 pills. Okay. So that's why I say about 4 times 12 is 48. It's close to 60, right? Close to 60 pills.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So each pill is about 10
milligrams. Yeah. That was the beginning. But they had 5 milligrams, but then don't nobody want that. I'm coming down here, I need 10 milligram greens. I need green beans. Yeah.
Call them green beans?
It's specific. That's what they was called, green beans. I need many as you can get. And then, of course, you can't control what they get when they go to the pharmacy. You're going to take the blues that come with them and maybe the whites and yellows, but they going to not get that many. It won't be many. If I get 20,000 green beans, I might have 1,500 blues, another 1,500 yellows, and 500 to 1,000 pinks, like that. But majority of what I'm getting is what I want.
Right. So the people taking these, if they're only 10 milligrams, the average person who's just popping them, you're popping multiples.
Depending on where you're at in your addiction.
Right.
Yeah. Like I say, you start out taking one. One get you right. Best feeling in the world. But if you've been doing this for 10, 15, 12 years, you see what I'm saying? Now you got to probably take 4 or 5 or 10 on the wake up.
So junkies will wake up and pop 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Brutal, bro.
Wake up to 10. I'm talking about I never was the loose pill guy. I call them loose pills. Yeah. I never was the loose pill guy, but I know people who was. Man, I'm talking about knock on your door, ring that phone. It's the same effect as heroin. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, guys throwing 10 back on the wake up, and they're doing that 3 times a day.
And so explain the scales. Like this is super low dollar. This is a super low dollar market. Yeah. Like you were paying wholesale in Houston, like $1 or $1.50 a pill.
It started out at $1. My first situation was $1. Spend $1, I will make $2.50. But I'm only getting 1,000 at this time, maybe 1,000, 2,000 pills. And then as the operation grow, it went up to like $1.50. I done seen them go as high as $4. We was paying $4 at one. At the end, it was $4. And back home, you can only get 5 for them.
Right. So you can bang out about $1 a pill, maybe $1.50 a pill.
That was the average profit margin. So if you're touching 100,000 units, you're making $100,000.
Right.
So that's the equation. But I'm only doing 50 cents if you come to Houston to get them yourself. So, but that's the profit margin. If you come to Houston, I'm paying $150. I'm gonna sell them to you for $2. You can go home and do what you do. I'm only gonna make 56 because you coming.
Right.
But if I bring them all the way, I'm making $1.
Mm-hmm. So
on whatever I spend.
So 100,000 pills, you're making anywhere from 50 to 100 G's.
Yeah.
But unlike heroin, which a gram of heroin go for $80, $100 in a place like Alexandria, Virginia, you got to rob and steal, kill to get that kind of money. Anybody can pay $3.50 or $4 for a pill.
Yeah.
So
3 for 10, like the average person can come up with $10.
Right.
Until they don't cost that no more. See, that's what make the game go up. They just stop costing 3 for 10. Now they're going up to 4 and they're going up to this,
So how did you source your pills? Obviously you had runners, but explain that. Like how did you, if you wanted to make a buy of like you needed 10,000 pills from Houston, how did you get them?
I just called my people and they gonna call me. It would be like, by the time I'm get to this point, I'm living here. You know what I'm saying?
You're living in Houston.
Yeah. But when it got to that point, well, they coming with 10 a day, I'm living here. And they just gonna call me with whatever they get. I got 3 or 4 people gonna call me with whatever they come up with in a day's time. Rather that be 10,000, 3,000, 5,000, 1,000. And that's how it went. You meet people, like I was telling you, when you're on ground level, you go into the doctor, you're gonna meet some bosses. You see what I'm saying? And they'll be like, well, man, and there you go, you got you a plug. And then that might not be the only plug, because he ain't gonna be able to fill your order. He just gonna be able to get you 1,000 a day. Mm-hmm. Then you get this person, you get you 2,000, 3,000. Man, my best plugs was females. Females get up early, they on time, and they through by 2 o'clock to get them kids out of school.
Mm-hmm. So then how much did they make? Like, what did you pay them for bringing you the stuff?
I'm telling you, I'm paying $1.50 a pill.
Okay, so they were getting them for even cheaper.
Yeah, they paying, the doctor visit was $50 back then. Pay $50 doctor visit. You pay the person that you got to go to the doctor for you $25. And the bag might be $75.
I see.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So they might have $300 tied up in this whole bag.
And how many pills are in a bag?
120.
Okay. Got it.
But they got Xanax. They got 8 ounces of syrup. See what I'm saying?
So doctors were giving out like Glad bags, like party bags.
Cocktails. You was getting hydrocodone, Soma, which is a muscle relaxer. You're getting Xanax, and you're getting 8 ounces of syrup and a refill on everything.
And we're surprised now that half of the country's on fentanyl.
Exactly.
They
was legally writing this stuff, man.
Yeah. And a whole ass black market a generation later.
Tore my hometown up.
Did you see the effects of that in the community?
Not initially. It was a player thing. It was just always a player thing until it wasn't no more. And then I moved. So I'm not living there to see, you feel me? The people that's coming to me to shop, which I'm going back home, don't get it twisted, but I'm just not seeing the effects. It wasn't until you wake up one day and man, it's time up, everybody hooked on. They going to methadone clinics and different things. That's when it became real.
Oh, so it was like a heroin epidemic, like you trying to get withdrawal from from hydrocodone pills, you do have to go to a methadone clinic. You have to throw up and go through shakes.
Either you're going to go through your 3 days or you're going to have to go get something to help you along.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that business. Even drink was like that.
Yeah.
Like we would say, nobody knew what it was. You didn't know what it was. You just like, man, one day I was uncomfortable when somebody told me, like, because I didn't feel like I was addicted and I had them. Yeah. I'm like, man, I don't feel right, bro. I'm feeling funny. He's like, you had some medicine today? I'm like, nah, I ain't did nothing. He was like, and he gave me one. And I took it and it went away. And I'm like, damn. Yeah. And that was my first time, like, whoa. And I had them. I just hadn't done nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the guys selling them, like your dealers, the ones that you were giving them to in Alexandria, these were like real drug dealers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Man, they buying thousands of pills, man. These boys spending 20 and 30,000 with you. They ain't no chumps. Like, these boys spending big money.
Today's episode is also sponsored by Superpower. I love Superpower. It's a way to circumvent the gigantic healthcare monster that we are forced to live with here in the United States. Superpower is basically a whole new way to understand your health. They either send a licensed professional to your home, or you can go to a nearby lab, and it's one simple lab test measuring 100 plus biomarkers, way more than what you typically get from the doctor. And from that, you unlock this incredibly detailed view of what's going on with your body. We're talking heart, liver, hormones, metabolism, vitamins, even environmental factors. But what I love is it's not just data, it's actually useful, because I'm constantly guessing, like, am I taking the right supplements? Am I sleeping enough? Is my diet even doing what I think it is? Superpower gives you a personalized, actionable plan based on your results, including supplement recommendations, lifestyle adjustments, and even prescription options if needed, all in one place. You also get your biological age. You can track it over time, which is wild. It's like you might have a 40-year-old body, but your heart is 58. You got to get your together, dog. And it's not just a one-time thing. It builds year after year so you can actually see progress instead of starting over every time you try to get healthy. Plus, they've got an on-demand care team, so you're not stuck waiting weeks for answers or going down a Google rabbit hole. Make this the year you stop guessing about your health with Superpower. For a limited time, our listeners get $20 off to unlock their new health intelligence. Head over to superpower.com and use code CONNECT for $20 off your membership. That's code CONNECT. And when you sign up, they'll ask him how you heard about Superpower. Let them know that the Connect sent you to support our show. Thank you so much. And thank you to Superpower. How many people did you have distributing for you?
Man, I had about 4 people I would deal with, to be for real with you.
That's plenty.
I had about 4 people that I would deal with in Alexandria, and I had about another 4 that would come to Houston.
Right.
Too.
Okay.
So it's about 8 people total. They spread out throughout the state, and nobody stepping on nobody's toes, and we eating hand over fist. But mind you, it's 5 to 10 people like me. Like I said, I just got the consistency that nobody got. Nobody got the consistency I got because they ain't got the system I got.
Yeah, your professionalism, I mean, you have a knack for this.
Yeah.
14 years old and you're juggling pounds of weed. I don't know. What was different than you?
New Orleans, getting at 15, 16 years old, I'm getting on a Greyhound, going to New Orleans, getting 10 pounds of weed from my pops, coming back home. I'm making my operation go until he went to prison in 99. And at that point, I had to get off that train.
Yeah.
But I learned from that.
Yeah, you weren't a dumbass.
My wife today, I met her. She used to take me to take care of my business, and we ended up getting married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
that's how you guys met. She was like in cahoots.
But we didn't have no connection. Like my best friend was dating her sister, and I'm just on a paper chase. Yeah. And I'm like, man, you give me a ride to Baton Rouge? Because my pop's in New Orleans, he gonna meet me in Baton Rouge. Yeah, I'll take you. And we got cool like that and shit. 27 years later.
There you go. That's a street love story. So any amount of pills that your runners in Houston would bring you get rid of.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting about this phenomena, this syrup hydrocodone phenomena, is like there was never enough of it.
Yeah.
It was not a demand problem. It was a supply problem.
It was always a supply problem, never a demand.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could touch down in that town with many as you could count, and you wouldn't have enough to supply everybody. Now, you might have to expose yourself to maybe a few licks that you don't want. Like, just say you pop up with 100,000, and you try to move them like I do. I'm a 2-3 hour dude. I don't hold inventory. I didn't have stash houses. I didn't have, if I pull in with 50,000 pills, they gone in 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just say my network want 10, 10, or 10, but I got 60 extra thousand. Then I might have to go outside of my network to move a few extra type of shit. But I didn't do that too often because
So you could pull up and just be like, if you needed 60,000, if you needed to dump off an extra 60,000 pills, you could just make a couple of calls and be like, hey, this is what I got. And people would say, I'll take them.
Yeah.
Because it's like guaranteed money. It's like a guaranteed investment.
It's guaranteed investment. And then it was always people, when you up echelon in the streets, it's always people want to deal with you, but they just can't get to you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they get lucky.
Were you taking cash on delivery?
Everything's COD on the pill side. I would front the weed. Like the weed, it was a front. Buy what you can, I fronted the rest.
Yeah.
But the pills, absolutely COD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like tens of thousands a day you can make.
Yeah.
That's wild. And how did you say you had a transport? You had like a...
I had a good friend of mine was a truck driver. Uh-huh. He would come see me. I don't care where he go at. He come and see me every Friday. Or maybe earlier, but guaranteed every Friday he come and see me before he go home. And that was how I would get my shit back safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you give him?
What you mean?
How many pills would he bring back for you?
40, 30,000, 25,000, 40,000, 100 pounds of weed. It just depends on what I got this week and what I feel like sending back. But the biggest, the most I've ever sent back was 50 and 150. Yeah. Damn. 50,000 pills and 150 pounds.
How much does 50,000 pills
look like?
Yeah.
50,000 pills is pretty big. That's a pretty big, about a small suitcase. The smallest carry-on suitcase, that's about 50. That's what 50,000 may look like. Yeah, but if you get into Roxys, 50,000 football look like a football.
Why? Because they're just a lot smaller.
They're so small. Like they ain't got none of that cut on them. It's like they different. They small. They real small. It's about the size of a 1 carat, not even 1 carat, a half a carat diamond.
So it's around 2007, 2008 that the DEA, this starts to become like a federal problem. Yeah.
They just started getting in their business at that point, about 2008, 9. I wouldn't say 7, 8. About 8, 9, they started getting their business to where, 7, 8, 9-ish, to where now they can track who going to, because they call it doctor shopping. They created a crime in Houston, was called doctor shopping. So before they made it mainstream, they would let you go to 2 or 3 doctors, and they would just have a warrant for you. You get pulled over, and what happened? You're doctor shopping. You've been to 3 doctors this month, this week, or whatever. And that's how people would find out, okay, this is illegal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the doctor's greedy. They'll write you that paper, and they may know you're not going to be able to pick it up because the pharmacist got connected. That's when they got bad, when the pharmacist got connected.
Right, okay.
All the doctors was connected, you was still kind of good. But when they connected the pharmacist, like when every pharmacist could see everything you picked up forever, that's when the game went to shit. Mm-hmm. But the doctor's corrupt, man. They'll write you and, make you argue with them about the money, knowing you got a bad paper.
This sounds like the Oxycontin epidemic. Like what was going on in the early 2000s in Houston and the Deep South, like with the black community.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, sounds a lot like the Oxycontin boom epidemic out of the pill clinics in Florida.
In Florida. It was the same. They was running parallel. But they used to call it hillbilly heroin. They was on Oxycontin. Right. Then when Oxycontin got hot, that's when Roxycontin got introduced because it's a lower milligram. They was ODing on the Oxycontin because you can get an 80 milligram pill. Oh. So you can imagine like guys just overdoing it. So the biggest oxycodone pill you can get now is a 30 milligram.
Okay.
And that's when your Roxys got introduced. And that was around 2010-ish.
Okay, so you switched. At the end, like you realized, okay, I can't get enough pills because it's too hard for runners now to go to these doctors. And
Houston taking pills too now.
Right. So it caught on in Houston.
It caught on in Houston to what now they got pill houses.
Right.
People down there taking them. Loose pills is what I call them. They got loose pill operations. So that gonna impede on your business. And you got these pharmacies sync, so it's just slow.
Meaning like you can't get enough because you have other guys now sucking up the
the same guys that was running for me got pill houses. type of shit. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
The same guys that would go get the people and bring me the 3,000 pills a day, now they got pill houses. So instead of bringing them to me, they just selling them pill for pill because they got a clientele for it now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not the only guy.
Exactly.
Today's episode was brought to you by Hims, my favorite company in the world. I have Hims hairspray product in my hair right now. I use it as a supplement to keep my hair strong, but I'm here to talk about the penis, you guys. I'm here to talk about Hims ED medication. You guys all suffer from it, or at least you want to improve your sex life. This is what Hims is here for. Hims connects you with a licensed healthcare provider online, giving you simple access to legitimate ED treatment options from home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines. Just complete a simple online intake form, and a provider will review your information to determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, when prescribed, your treatment ships directly to your door in discreet packaging. I'm telling you, that takes about 5 business days, okay? From the time that you sign up online, at the end of the business week, you will have a package of Hims ED treatment at your door. That includes sildenafil, also known as Viagra, the generic Viagra, available through Hims at up to 95% less than the brand name version. And if that option isn't right for you, there are additional treatment options available, so you can find what works best for your body. It's straightforward, transparent, and designed to make getting care feel easy. To get simple online access to affordable, personalized care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/connect. Once again, that's hims.com/connect for your free online visit. hims.com/connect.
Prescription is required. See website for details and important safety information. Sildenafil is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC. Hims is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris.
Did the rappers get involved in that the way they did with Drank?
I bought some pills for some rappers. Yeah, the rappers got involved, man. I bought some pills for some rappers.
But didn't they consider that, like, successful rappers want the super expensive stuff,
What you mean,
right?
taking them?
Yeah, they taking them.
I told you, they looked at us like we was crazy when we was taking these pills. Now, them same rappers know what you're talking about if you speak up. But back in 2005, if I throw me a pill back and pour up my cup, they be like, man, why you taking that bullshit? And I'll be saying, why you taking that bullshit Xanax? You know what I'm saying? And I used to always say, boy, is this gonna change your life? And then they started taking them like for sex pills.
Really?
Yeah, the hydrocodone, man, I'm telling you, man, you gonna
Gets you horny? Gets you you catch you
it
eat?
keep you hard.
Get the out of here. Seriously?
I swear to God, bro, that was the only time a Houston dude, and then before you know it, that they want to do that every night. I know a bunch of dudes got addicted like that. They're using these hydrocodone pills, and now they're addicted to them because they make you feel good also. After you do your thing, you laying back feeling good like, shit, I got me a cup on side the bed,
Right.
and that's how it just exploded.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's like it's like whatever. It's a mixture of alcohol and ecstasy and Viagra. That's what it sounds like this effect is.
Yeah.
And it's so fascinating.
But that was a natural side effect of the hydrocodone, the heart erection thing. That's just a natural side effect. That's why if you hear heroin people say dope,
right.
that's what the term comes from, because opioids keep you erect. Yeah.
Can we chat GPT that? That doesn't sound right.
I swear to living Jesus, man.
Can we look that up?
I could call somebody on speakerphone, 20 people, and they'll be like, what? Man, I went crazy. Popped a person, went crazy last night.
I mean, I thought when you were dope sick,
Google
you
it.
couldn't get a hard on, but maybe that's
That's
cocaine.
if you ain't got it, but you're not. I'm talking about when you done did your thing, and you coming down off that, you go home and baby next to you, you right. I'm telling you, dudes would take them like, man, I'm gonna take this hour before I go home, and I'm gonna get baby the blues tonight.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So drugs in the opioid class, short answer, no. Opiates typically do the opposite. But this isn't, you're not looking up, you're just typing in opiates. You're not typing in the hydrocodone.
Ask hydrocodone. Do
Hydrocodone pills.
Actually, why? Say, why do hydrocodone pills keep you erect?
Okay.
I think black guys just just kidding.
Now, I'm telling you, bro,
Sorry.
a lot of dudes found that little secret, bro.
Speaking of race, which I brought up, found a way to shoehorn in, was this a black community thing, or did it cross racial lines?
Cross racial lines.
Okay.
My first main lick that made me understand the market was a white guy I used to front weed to named Adam. He bought him a bottle of pills every 2-3 days.
Really?
And I'm going to get them from the pioneers.
Right.
I'm going to get a 100 count every. Back then they used to sell sealed 100 bottles. They used to come in 100 count in a bottle, sealed up. And I would go get that for him. And I'll make me $100 off of it. I get it for $3, sell it to him for $4, and he just keep taking them. And that's what made me realize it's a market. Because he's
coming back.
The one went to 2, like, because the availability, he wanted them.
Right.
And back then, I wasn't even, like, we taking them, but we ain't strung out like what they got going on, but we ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So my first customer on that was a white guy.
Yeah, it seems like if a pill can sell for $3.50 or $4, that's a working class. It's just working class.
Mind you, I told you I never did the loose pill thing. So for me to deal with him, he had to buy quantity.
Yeah.
Like, it had to be worth it.
Yeah.
Like, at this time, I'm hustling, man, I ain't moving for less than $100 type of shit.
For sure.
But I'm fronting him 10, 15, 20 pounds a week.
Right.
And, and that's my guy, so I want to keep him straight. But I'm seeing how much he wants these pills. So I started inquiring.
So you went from 100 pills to 1,000 pills to 2,000 pills to now 10,000 pills isn't enough. 20,000 is gone. 50,000 is gone in a day.
I don't even want to deal with the weed no more. But I'm greedy, and it's money. But the pills were so lucrative and good and big that I just didn't even want to be bothered with that no more. And this stuff got no smell. Right. It's just so many positives about it. Like in terms of hustling, ain't nothing positive about it. But I'm saying in terms of not getting caught with it.
Right. And it's only a Schedule 3 on the DEA narcotics scheduling.
Yeah. It might have moved up by now, but back then it was a Schedule CDS 3. That's what you go to jail for pills at CDS 3.
You told me off camera.
Go for Xanax to CDS 4.
You told me off camera you had like cocaine dealers that just left the bricks alone.
Yeah, I had a few guys I know just quit the bricks. Where they put them on the back burner. Yeah. The pills were so lucrative and moving so fast and it was so much money that they didn't want to be bothered with their bricks no more, like I was telling you with the weed. They just devoted their time to getting runners and orchestrating their situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was that lucrative, bro, I'm telling you.
So this really is a new generation phenomena because you're basically my age. You're a little older than me, but like this is not like old 80s crackheads. No. This is like young people taking the shit.
Yes, sir.
Old people, but also like young people, right?
Yeah.
Because this is 2008.
And it's cross-generational, with the pill. Like you'll see a person 70 coming by something, and you'll see a person 20 coming by something. Mm. That's one of the drugs that just crossed. Man, I'm telling you, I done seen doctors, lawyers, executives at big companies back home. Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
Was on them pills.
Did you ever catch a case?
Yeah.
With the hydrocodone?
Yeah. In 2008, I got caught with 1,000 pills. Luckily. Both times I went to jail, I was lucky that it wasn't what it could have been. Mm-hmm. But I got caught with 1,000 pills in a pistol.
And what is the charge? Could you say, hey, I'm just using
possession of, they were so green in Houston at this time. Like for a day and a half, they really just didn't know how to charge me. And then they finally charged me and it was bad. Like it went from them not knowing how to charge me. They gave me a $40,000 bond for 1,000 pills. Like that's not, in Houston, that's not equivalent. That ain't how that work.
Right.
You feel me?
You said
because they didn't know.
That's a lot of money or not a lot?
They weighed them. They weighed the pills and just charged me with however many grams of hydrocodone because they didn't know how it worked. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Is $40,000 a lot of bail?
Hell yeah, that's a lot of bond for that little bit. Mm-hmm. 1,000 pills, that's like getting caught with 3 pounds of weed.
I had a $500,000 bail for weed.
For weed?
$500,000 bail. Yeah, I had to put in 50 G's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. They thought I was like big time in it or whatever, I guess. But all right, I guess so. I guess 40 G's is a lot. So
I mean, it wasn't a lot. It was just a lot for that drug. I posted. Listen, man, that money wasn't nothing. I had to get a bondsman in Louisiana to get me. Nobody in Texas would touch me because I had Louisiana credentials still. So no bondsman in Texas would get me. I had to get one from Louisiana to come get me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. You guys, it's midweek, you're tired and hungry, and all you want is a home-cooked meal. But you're busy, You're busy raising a family or running a business. I get it. With HelloFresh, you can cook up bold flavors from around the world without ever leaving home. Everything arrives at your door. HelloFresh makes cooking effortless so you can always look forward to a homemade meal. Choose from 80 plus global recipes every month, from Vietnamese to Moroccan to Caribbean and more. Try unique ingredients like lemongrass, gochujang, and curry paste that are pre-portioned for you. Cravings shouldn't wait for takeout. Get international ingredients sent straight to you so dinner is always the destination. And check out this incredible deal they have for you guys. Go to HelloFresh.com/Connect10FM, that's Connect10FM, to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. You heard that right. Free breakfast for life. That's HelloFresh.com/Connect10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. Free meals applied as discount on first box, new subscribers only, and it varies by plan. Make sure to use that promo code Connect10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. That's an incredible deal. You guys, I use HelloFresh and you should too. Thank you, HelloFresh. Nothing hits home like home cooking.
So did you catch, do you have to do time over that?
Yeah, I went to TDC.
Okay, for how long?
I got a deuce. I did 7 months on the deuce. Went to Mineral. I ended up in Mineral Wells. Ironically, I did 2 years and went to one of the worst prisons in Texas.
Really?
Man, Mineral Wells is like the free world. Everything in Mineral Wells.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, now.
It's good and bad.
Yeah, it's good and bad. It depends on who you are. I mean, for me, it was good, but.
Yeah. I'd rather go to a prison that's more dangerous with tons of drugs than be in a place where I'm getting strip searched and there's no freedom. I'll take my chances with this guy who's got a knife.
Situation.
Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah. Most definitely. I was comfortable. I was in there with my first cousin. Like, ironic as it was, I was in there with my first cousin. The one I was telling you my mom lived with, periodically, her sister's son, my cousin, we was in the same prison. Like, man, that was, it wasn't nothing good about it, but I was happy to see him because he had more time than I did.
Okay.
And we hooked up in there.
So when you got out, it's already getting harder to get the hydrocodone pills.
Yeah.
So you moved on to Roxys.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Roxys. Like, how do they differ from hydrocodone in terms of price? I think they're more expensive. And I think they are stronger?
They're stronger, yeah.
Okay.
One Roxy is 3 of those hydrocodone pills I'm telling you about because it's 30 milligram Roxys. See what I'm saying? So technically, if we're going by the milligram, I'm still paying the same price. Remember I was saying I was paying 10? At one point, the 10 milligrams was $3. So it's still the same except you're getting 3 pills in one.
Right.
That was it. That was the only difference. And one was oxycodone and one is hydrocodone.
Right. So what is oxycodone?
I mean, the industry
What is
like
the
to
effect?
say they like to say it's more addictive, but I think it's the same. I mean, I don't know. I think it's the same.
So did the market start to shift towards the Roxys?
It didn't have a choice. It wasn't enough lower sets to keep the world moving. Like
so the dealers, the users would come to their dealers and they'd be like, man, I don't have any of those pills, but I have these Roxys.
I got this new shit, and you might say no. They might say no at first, but they're gonna go do their Googles and check and see and come back and say, man, let me get one. And that's all it takes.
And that's also coming from Houston?
Yeah, that was coming from Houston too.
Okay.
And then we did some work in Dallas on that too.
So,
but majority of Houston, like we told Houston up, man. Like now, I can't say me and my partners was the pioneers of the Roxy thing. Like somebody else started the 10 milligram thing. Somebody else from LA had other pioneers, but me and my partners were some of the pioneers.
Wow. Okay.
From Alexander, definitely to introduce that particular drug to the city.
So you got out and you switched.
I was the one that introduced them. Our partners in from North Louisiana. We all moved to Houston. We cool, we a crew. You know what I'm saying? We moved to Houston and whoop whoop whopping. But I was the first person to ever bring a Roxy to Alexander.
So
and they wouldn't even mind them. I had to go to Baton Rouge with them.
Was it easier to get the was it easier to get the Roxys at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was new and you could run them people. As long as it's different people. Because now, by this time, the pharmacy is still synced. They still can see what you're doing. But it's just a new drug and they're not hot on it. So these doctors writing it is not, the alarm's not going off at the pharmacies. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what the hood calls, or I hear rappers talk about blues?
Blues, yes.
Okay. When they say I got the work on the blues. Okay. Yeah, I think that was in a lot of cities.
Yeah.
The Roxys.
The Roxys, that was when the world got in the craze. Like, I think a lot of the world missed the hydrocodone phase, but when the Roxy hit 2010, that's when you had Future, Molly Percocet. They call them perks because a Percocet is oxycodone, but a 30 milligram is not technically a perk. It's a Roxy. But they call anything with oxy a perk because that's the it thing to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll take a perk 30. Ain't no such thing as a perk 30.
Right.
Yeah.
But you would just colloquially, they're called perks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had
blues,
guys
like you said earlier, blues.
I had guys, that would buy weed from me, and they were all addicted to perks pills, and I had no idea what the they were.
Yeah.
But I saw these guys, and I'm like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Because it would bend you over. You'd have the gorilla on your back.
Yeah. It's definitely I would wish it on my worst enemy, man. I wouldn't wish that addiction on my worst enemy in real life.
And now it's 3 times because they're 3 times as strong as one is like the equivalent of 3 hydrocodone pills. That's 3 times as fast that the users get.
Nah, that's not true because, mind you, everybody know what they could take. So a person that can only take 3 pills, he only gonna buy 1 Roxy. He's not gonna just out and say, I take 3 hydrocodones, I'm gonna get 3 Roxys. No, I'm gonna get 1 Roxy because it equals 3 hydrocodones. So, but maybe long term, the effect, I don't know, maybe get out your system a little faster. I don't know what they got. They got a codeine, hydro, and oxy. I don't know the difference, like in terms of the shit. I don't know the difference. But they try to say oxycodone is a lot more harder to kick than, you know what I'm saying,
right,
than hydrocodone.
Okay.
And hydrocodone is a lot more harder to kick than codeine, allegedly.
So how many? What's the quantity like?
On the Roxys?
On the Roxys.
I'm getting 2,000 and 3,000 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
the most I got about like 5,000 Roxys.
And you could make more with less, as opposed to a hydrocodone.
Yeah, I'm down at doubling. I'm paying 10, getting 18.
Wholesale.
Wholesale, yeah.
Okay.
That's wholesale.
Damn, that's good.
And BR, they get 25. I'm selling them for 18, he's selling them for 25.
And you could do that a day?
That was 15 minutes.
God damn.
I pull in with them pills, man, it's gone. I didn't sit around with I didn't do that.
That's great business.
Yeah, that was great business.
So you can make, you're turning around almost 10 grand profit a day.
8 times 5, it's 40 racks if I got 5,000 Roxys in 10 minutes.
Oh.
Now, it ain't often you're going to get 5,000, but 2s and 3s was my regular situation until it wasn't no more. You know what I'm saying?
How many people?
For about a year, because for about a year I had that run of the Roxy.
Yeah.
And then I got onto the brick train, to be for real with you. Last time I went to prison was for cocaine.
So why'd you make the switch to coke? That's such an old thing to do.
The demand was there, like out the blue. I'm taking some Roxys and he complaining about he need a couple bricks, and I'm already seeing where this Roxy thing going. They steady climbing up because now everybody into the pill business now. So your plug on the top secret as long as it's top secret. Because people at the pharmacy is going to be talking to them and whoop, 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 whoop. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, this is interesting. So it's different than a street drug.
Yeah.
Like the problem with the pill racket is that the more people get into it, the scarcer it gets.
Yes.
And the higher
they push the value up.
Right. Whereas the opposite, the more demand for cocaine, the lower the price is going to go because the more supply they're going to move across the border.
Yes, sir.
Which is, it's like there's problems with both. You know what I mean? So did you find that like you just couldn't get enough Roxys and it was just better to just deal with the white girl?
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of them. And then like I had this play that I was selling Roxys to who say he wants some bricks. So I'm, he getting 3 bricks a week.
Now, were you communicating with your father?
Yeah, man, my father was talking. My father got out in 2013.
Oh, because he was down for
15 years.
In the feds?
In the state.
Okay.
In the state. He was running with some bricks, throwing them out the window in New Orleans, ran into a family. He was the worst off in the wreck. He was in the hospital in a coma for a week, and he was the worst off in the wreck. But evading and drug possession and all that, he went there in 15 years.
So he wasn't supplying you?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Who were your connects for the blow?
H-Town. Mm-hmm. I got Mexican plugs. Now the work I was getting from Mexicans and shit. And I had a couple of cool black dudes I was with, you know what I'm saying? To be for real with you.
Mm-hmm. What were we paying for bricks back then?
About 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selling them back home for
shit, 1,000 a clip.
Yeah, man.
They was 11. See, that's the thing.
It's not worth it.
Let me tell you, let me explain something to you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. You spend 15 to make 36, and they really 1,100 a zip.
Oh, if you're busting it down, sure.
Yeah. So they buying 9 ounces at a time, 1,100 a piece, and they buying 3 bricks a week. Man, it's worth it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just getting a point
but
off
my
of a brick.
hometown is more of a plug town. When I'm getting 1,100 in Shreveport, this shit going for 700 in Ellick. I ain't finna with that. You know what I'm saying? That I can only make $100, $200 per zip. Like I'm not finna go in there barbecuing it or doing none of that.
Yeah.
I'm the wholesale guard.
Yeah.
So boom, they paying 1,100 a clip up there. Let me go up here and wheel and deal. I got the transportation. That make the job way easy. I don't care what drug you get. If you can get it to where you gotta go, the rest gonna do itself.
So you're never really touching the shit. You're giving it to your truck driver, your 18-wheeler, and he's crossing it.
Yeah. Most times he'll hand it off to somebody. I may see it when I get over there. I'm seeing it, but I'm not touching it like in terms of driving it and getting it off the truck all the time. Like,
so you got a lot of money.
I had a lot of money.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you about the streets, man. The more money you make, the more overhead you got. You got people doing everything for you.
Right.
You got a person that got to meet this pack. You got a person that got to do this. The more money you make, the more your overhead is.
Sure.
It was a lot of money coming in, but it was a lot of money going out as well. Not to mention, you're young and you think this shit gonna last forever.
Right.
And I dumped probably $1 million in the music business. $500,000 to $1 million in the music business.
For real?
Yeah.
So you're still trying to make the rap thing happen?
Yeah, I ain't quit rapping till after I got out of prison in 2017. I say it's over with.
Where does $1 million go in the
studio time, everything, music videos.
Yeah.
This person can promise you can get you on the radio.
Right.
You're paying for everything. You're paying for game, bro.
Right.
You pay for game. And most of the people, like, what I later learned, like, if I'd have spent that $1 million in Atlanta, I would be on. But nobody in Houston knew the business like that. But back then we had Southwest Wholesale and different things. And when Southwest Wholesale closed, it made the music business just null and void in Houston. It was like, even the Houston rappers went through a period and it was like, what we gonna do? Like living off shows. Like the music they putting out ain't generating nothing.
Right.
They only putting out music to do some new stuff for their fans.
Right, so they can go on the road, sell tickets.
Between Southwest Wholesale closing and the streaming platforms coming, it was about a 4-year gap. So for 4 years, Houston rappers was in limbo.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Houston rap's back on now a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fairly on, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on, man. It got some new wave artists out there.
Yeah.
My boy Junebug from 3rd Ward, Lil Jeremy. It's a market.
Yeah.
Because it's been a conversation of an Action On podcast about Houston not having a new scene, but Houston got a new scene, bro.
Is Big X the plug? Is he Houston?
No, he's Dallas.
He's Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like nobody gives a about Dallas. I mean, he's tight, but it's Dallas isn't like a scene.
Yeah, it's not a vibe. Like everybody, even Dallas come to Houston to party and chill and kick it. Like they'll tell you, and people that come to both of them say, man, like I had some family come down to Houston from Dallas, and they was like, man, it's different. Dallas is a lot slower because my daughter took him out and stuff. Yeah, and he was like, man, it's different.
Yeah, Dallas is nice, but it doesn't have like Houston. You say Houston, and you just know what that means.
Yeah,
it's sweaty, fast, loose women. Drugs, drug trafficking, business. The white-collar white guys in cowboy hats are dealing with the cartel buying stolen oil.
Yeah.
You know, like
whatever they can buy.
People in Houston are so corrupt and dishonest. I know I'm generalizing, but like you had doctors making 6-figure salaries selling you $1,000 script pads. You know, like it's hustle. It's a hustle and it's a culture.
Okay, let me explain that to you. A lot of street dudes open those pain management clinics. So a lot of times it would be the street guy, but it was some doctors as well. But a lot of times it'd be the owner of the clinic. The doctor he pay him a salary. He worked for me.
Of course. He
may give you the pad. Right. It may not be the actual doctor, but I have had actual doctors do under the table business. But 8 times out of 10, you get cool with the person that owns this clinic, who's paying that doctor's salary. the doctor gonna do what he tell him.
Right.
And that's what made the business go bad as well, because people get cool with the owner. So now his 10 people skipping the line. And then everybody want to get for show money. So the owner feeling like, if I get 3 people that bring 10 people, that's 30 people right quick. And the doctor visits up to $150 at this time. So you might be making $8,000 a day.
It's a lot of extra money.
You're making $8,000 a day right quick.
Yeah.
All by I got a relationship with him, so his 10 people get in, his 10 people get in, his 10 people get in. Everybody else, get it how you live. And then it got to a point where pharmacists can only order so many pills. It got to a point where a pharmacist couldn't order more than 5,000 pills, I think a week or a day, something like that. Whatever it was, they couldn't order more than 5,000. So the hydrocodone thing was way ahead of that. Mm-hmm. Them suckers can order, they can fill this room up with pills. Nobody was questioning where they going, what you doing with them, why you writing so many. But then later, when they figured out how to get into the business, they put regulations on that. Mm-hmm. Pharmacy can't order more than 5, I think it's a week. It might be a day, but they couldn't order more than 5,000. I knew street dudes own pharmacies.
Well, that's exactly what those white boys in Florida did during the Oxycontin boom. They would buy the pharmacies, they would hire the doctors, and literally the same building. There'd be the doctor's office here, and in the back is the pharmacy. And it's a drive-through. It's just a drug dealing operation, dude.
I saw a documentary on that, and I'm like, man, it was just, I got goosebumps watching it, because that was the exact thing we was doing in Texas. They were dealing in different pills at the time. We was doing the hydrocodone, they was already on the oxy.
Did you know street guys like you, like real hustlers, traffickers that opened up their own pharmacies?
Yeah, a guy from my hometown, I ain't gonna say his name, he changed his life and stuff, but a guy from my hometown made some millions doing that.
Wow. Well, did you think about doing that?
I did, but I didn't. I guess I thought about it, but I never took the time to do it. I'm already investing in this music. I got my legit thing I'm trying to do. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even though looking in hindsight, that should have been what I did with it, because I could have did that, let that finance my life. And I ain't got to worry about taking my dope money and investing in music. This pharmacy gonna pay my bills. I can focus on rap 110%.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, or you could have caught a life sentence. A lot of those doctors, I
just picked up a guy. He wrote 1 million tablets in Houston last week. Google it. They just picked up a doctor. So it's still going on. Like, it's still bullshit going on.
Wow, is that right? I was going to ask you that. So what is hot today, like in terms of the users on the lean opioid world?
Obviously perk 30 because they're rapping about it.
Right.
Your perk 30s, your Xanax, your $300 ounce of syrup.
Yeah, it's super expensive, the syrup, right?
Yeah, all of it is super expensive.
Right. Even the pills.
Even the pills, man. I'm like $40 a pill, 30 milligram pill, $45. When
you were getting it for $1.50?
No, when I was getting those for 10.
Okay, but still, that's a markup of.
But yeah,
it's insane.
The ones that I was getting for $1.50, 12 now.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah. Just because they're harder to get.
They're harder to get.
So it's become like it's still a big market, but it's become where it's probably more difficult to traffic in volume.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you're a doctor.
Exactly. Or you're on a pharmacist. And even that can get sketchy, man. Houston is basically hot for real. Like, Houston hot for that. If you're a crash dummy if you go into that business now in 2026. You're asking for it.
What about Alexandria, your hometown? What became of that market?
Fentanyl, methadone, Suboxone. That's what the city is now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. Yeah. And that's the story with all of these small and medium-sized towns.
Yeah.
That's the consequences from the early 2000s of just cowboy Wild West, right? Giving out Glad bags, doctors giving out Glad bags full of opioids.
Yeah.
And 20 years later, you see the destruction, right?
You see the destruction. It's not your growth, your everything, because it's periods of these people's lives where they didn't care about nothing but that drug. So guys went to sleep 20 and woke up 40 with no work history, no nothing. They just been moving and shaking to feed that habit for the last 20 years. Yeah. And, that's the part of me that disappoints me when you see the destruction and shit. Like, it was going to happen regardless if I got in it or not. Like I told you, I wasn't the first and I wasn't the last and I wasn't the biggest. I was just the most consistent. Mm-hmm. But it was going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
But the inevitable is unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hate the fake pill game now. You know what I'm saying? I despise a fake pill dealer.
Yeah, tell us about the fake pills. Somebody just died, either celebrity or somebody, I don't know. Somebody died because they took a fake pill and had fentanyl in it.
Oh, the guy with Gucci Mane artist.
Yeah,
took a fake pill, big scar. That's the reason all this stuff going on with the Pooh Shiesty. That's part of it. They felt like Big Scar was mistreated when he OD'd, and he didn't like it. So that was part of it, and the bad contract as well. Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Mac Miller, fake pill.
So they think they're taking these things called M30s, right?
That's Roxy 30s that I was telling you about.
Right. That's what an M30 is. Got you. But it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
It's actually fent.
It's actually fentanyl.
Tell us where do these come from? Do these come from Mexico? These can't come from
Mexico, Asia. They come from all over.
So it's not American dealers that are taking powder fentanyl and pressing them into fake pills? You think it's actually the cartels that are sending it up?
Yeah, most definitely.
But my question is, do the users know they're taking?
Some. A close family member of mine took a couple. I got a couple of family members that died from fake pills, actually.
That's scary.
That's why I despise them, because, it's one thing if you know you're taking a fake pill, but if you expect to take a certain amount of milligrams, and it's drugs, because I know your audience might say, well, don't get high. But, people expect 30 milligrams. That's what they expect to take. They didn't want that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I despise the guys who's fooling the public. I despise those guys.
Well, do the dealers even know they have fake pills?
Yeah, most of them. And they're not all of them, but most. I've never seen a fake pill that fooled me.
And they're disguised as M30s usually, or
most of them have the M30 imprint, but the color be off. They know they fake. You can look up in and out fentanyl pill drug buzzing. When you look at them, the color be off. But you got to be in that industry to know. And most people that take them, they know. They're addicted to this shit, so they know what the real ones look like. Mm-hmm. They just, even Kodak Black said, I knew the pill was fake, but I still ate because I'm a gremlin.
Nice.
I'm just saying, there is a population of people that know they request them, mm-hmm. but it's also a population of people that's dead today because they thought they was getting one thing and got something different.
What was the Pooh Shiesty? He tried to kidnap Gucci Mane.
He kidnapped him, according to Gucci. Didn't try. He did.
He did, but the guy did it in the most reckless, just torpedo, stupid way, crash dummy way.
That was
just over a contract or something?
That's what they say, over the money contract disputes. You hear the rumors, man, but Gucci say he was there by the contract. He dropped a song yesterday talking about it. In his song, he says he was there to talk about a contract. Why was Pooh Shiesty mad? I don't know. Obviously, that contract they want to talk about. But listen, you sign what you sign. He might have outworked it because Pooh Shiesty got a song that's close to being diamond. What you do is you go to the table and renegotiate. You come with a bag of money, not a pistol. That's where he went wrong. Yeah. He got out of jail saying how he made $20 million when he was locked up. Well, why didn't you take a bag of money to that meeting instead of a pistol? Take that bag of money and say, hey, man, I want out of this contract. Mm-hmm. Or go without the bag of money and say, let's renegotiate. I've outperformed it.
Right. Or catch him slipping, not in a corporate building with cameras everywhere.
That too.
I don't know. There's so many different alternatives.
Yeah, but there's no room for what he did in the music business. You're not going to get away with it.
No.
Suge Knight did it. The difference is he didn't tell the police. But he disputed that contract. Yeah. And Gucci could have did that. So in my eyes, Gucci is a rat. But he wasn't wrong for ratting because he's, of age and of a certain stature.
Well, he's a civilian. He's an American citizen.
But he's talking about killing people. And you come to me with that and I want,
Well, he's saying that it wasn't him. It was like his handler that went and told, which I agree. Like I would believe that. It was, whoever is managing, he's at a level where he's got tons of people handling everything for him. Somebody is like, I'm gonna run a tell. Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
But it came out that he told.
Like
He actually made-
like when the police came, he identified him.
He identified him, yeah. And he told him what was taken from him. But I mean, listen, I'm one of those people that say, if you're holding a football, you're holding a football in your hand. Gucci he told, but I can't say he's wrong for telling. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We got to acknowledge what it is.
Yeah. No, I mean,
you black and I'm white. We can't dispute those facts. He did tell the people something.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not surprised though. Like he's come so far from the days of the Gucci Mane of old. Like he did what most civilians would do,
yeah.
black or white, from the hood or not from the hood. Everyone's like, yeah, some guy kidnapped me at gunpoint. Like as a citizen, not as somebody living outside the law. Like it's my duty to be like, oh yeah, he did it. I'm a victim of crime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so clearly his mind has changed. His mindset has changed.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not justifying it.
People have the
wouldn't.
snitching thing misconstrued as well. When we grew up, snitching was telling to get out of trouble. It wasn't if somebody bring harm to you, that's cooperating. But snitching is you in a bind and you scared and you told.
Right.
So the lines have got so misconstrued in that stuff anyway. Like I don't care about street rules.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do whatever it is that I'm gonna do as me, Michael, Jugg. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but I don't care about what nobody else does because
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like Gucci Mane is no longer in the game. He's not putting his life on the line with somebody else, and he got jammed up, and he's a victim of crime.
Yeah.
On the eyes of the law, and you know, I'm just, you get enough money, you get soft, and you get in your feelings. He's like, yeah, that did it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody ran in here right now and take what I got, and I know them, I'm not gonna tell.
Nah, I wouldn't either. I got a reputation to uphold, dude. I'm the connect.
It's not. I'm just not gonna be able to sleep good at night, bro. It's gonna bother me. You know what I'm saying? Now, that person came here and take all my shit and shoot my daughter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now you're putting conditions on it. It's like,
no, but I'm just saying, I'm telling you what I won't do about this jury. But if, because I can look my family in the face and say, you knew who it was and you gonna do what? That's clown shit. Mm-hmm. So that's why I only added that to it. But if they can't take this, I might keep it a secret and get back on my own.
Right.
Just keeping it real with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you caught a case eventually, and I assume somebody told, like what happened with that? You went down for the blow.
When I got caught with the work, nobody told. I just got comfortable and took a dumb ride home. Anytime I got jammed up in Texas, it was just fluke shit. Like when I got caught with the $1,000 sets, I had Louisiana plates. I just got profiled. Wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
I wasn't doing anything wrong.
I thought you had a driver. I thought you had an 18-wheeler.
That's to get it to Louisiana. I'm in Houston.
Oh, you're just zipping around.
Yeah. I'm in Houston. I didn't get caught on. I'm not going to get caught on the road because I didn't do road work.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's always
and
a
that's
fluke.
the same thing when I got caught with the half a brick. It was like.
Yeah. Oh, so it was just a half a key.
Yeah.
So
I was going home. It was Thanksgiving. I never forget. I was going home for Thanksgiving. We was finna go to New Orleans to this thing called the Bayou Classic. I was going to go home, put that on the truck, just make a quick something, because I told you I don't leave shit sitting. So whatever I could sell, I was going to sell a little half and to have some extra off money. Didn't need it. Being greedy and too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I got motorized stash by my car. I go take my jewelry to get cleaned and my wife's stuff cleaned up. And on my way home, I got to pass through kind of a ghetto area. And I just got pulled over. And I forgot I had the shit on that. In there with me. I'm like, man, I'm good. And I'm like, oh.
I got 18 ounces on
there. I got 18 fucking ounces working now. And I did a break dance when they found it. 2015. I left in 2015, March 6th. I got out 2017.
So you went in when?
March 6th, 2015. I got out March 31st, 2017.
Oh, okay. So just a nice.
I did 2 on 5, yeah. I did 2 on 5.
Yeah, that's still short time.
Yeah. I'm blessed, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, to make the money I've made, to see the things I've seen, to never have been robbed, arm robbed. I've never been arm robbed. I have people I've furnished things to and they didn't pay. Dude jumped out the back seat with 30,000 one time, but I've never been, give me that. Because I was one of those dudes, I was a young, dumb, stupid person that wouldn't go. And, you know, it was a time when I would say, I ain't giving up my jewelry, but now, man, I get his stuff up because I can replace it. Yeah. But 15 years ago, you wasn't robbing Jugg and taking my stuff. But it was an idiotic way of thinking. Yeah,
but money was coming to you so easily. It's like you didn't really have a reason.
It was just about being a bitch.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying you were just dealing with players, man. So everything went smooth.
I dealt with who I wanted to. I'm not dealing with no jack boys. You know who the jack boys are.
Yeah.
Of course, you can become a victim of circumstance, man. I'm blessed not to be followed from the club, man. When I tell you we did it at a high level, man, I used to go in the regular clubs and throw money. I didn't throw money in the strip clubs because everybody's doing it. So I'm going to Roxy in H-Town.
Okay, that's a hot club?
Yeah, Roxy was a Wednesday night spot. It was a bad And I go in Roxy, man, and I get 500 ones. I go, give me 500 ones, and I just, one fist in the air and just, I'm advertising rap. It worked. You know, it served its purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What was the purpose?
To get on in music.
Okay, so when you go into the club, you throw money.
It's just it's to get noticed. You gotta get noticed in music. Your image and all that shit is everything in music. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Dude, I said this to somebody the other day. I'm like, being a rapper is like being an actor.
Definitely. I could see that. Being a rapper is being an actor to a degree, but it's also being a hard-working actor. Because
Definitely.
At this time, it was a point in time when Jeezy the game up, like, and I don't mean it up literally, like, but you really had to be living what you was rapping. Like, we used to brag about, I ain't seen a rap check yet, but I got on $100,000 worth of jury. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It was that, man. Your image was everything. You had to be out popping your shit for people to take you serious. And it gets you in a lot of doors, man. A lot of rappers are writers. I met everybody. Everybody.
Yeah?
Because they want to know, who is this guy without his jewelry on looking like me and I don't know who he is. You feel me? I swear to God.
So who, like?
Everybody. DJ Khaled, French Montana, Rick Ross, Floyd Mayweather, you name him, I done met him. Real talk, because money gonna hang where money at. You feel me? When you get money, you gonna be where the money is. We have Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend in Miami. You All-Star. I got married to All-Star, so me and my wife would go every year. Everywhere the All-Star game went, we there.
Yeah.
And you just seeing people, and then now you familiar. You see them once, twice. Before you know it, you're familiar with them. Like, I almost had a deal with DJ Khaled till I got caught with that work. Till I got caught with them pills. He was courting me. I was finna pay him to host a mixtape. Boom, he heard a particular song on there, and I like that, bro. I'm gonna work with you. Scrap the money. So now we working together. And then I get jammed up. And when I get jammed up, Ace, a couple of his other artists end up getting the deal and blowing up. Because the music business don't wait on you.
Right.
Ace Hood,
yeah, I remember
Ace Hood, he had a guy named Nino Brown was signed to him, and Khaled was putting out albums himself. But Ace Hood was the main artist. I think like that Ace Hood situation was supposed to be like me and my partner Jets.
Well, that's the fine line, you know, like when Jay-Z was hustling in the streets, he flew to London to record, I think maybe Dead Presidents Part 1 or something. It was one of his early singles. And for some reason, the producer was in London. And while he was in London, his partner got arrested with the work and went off and did like 15 years. Yeah. And Jay-Z, if he had been there, he would have, yeah, that's right, Emery E. And so it's like one of those, it's just fate, you know? And also, I think most rappers, to really make it, you got to put the drugs down. It's not, life doesn't work like that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you can't just go from being a millionaire drug dealer to just smooth up, now I'm a platinum rapper. Like, you have to bet on yourself and put the drugs away. You know, there's even stories that Jeezy wasn't a millionaire prior to rap. So that I'm saying once in a lifetime, but I don't think it has happened. No, I mean, look, 50 Cent had to get shot, almost shot to death before he get
his big break. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
yeah. So, do you feel?
Flip told me in 1990. Lil Flip told me in 1998. He said, "Man, you're not gonna be able to rap and sell dope." And I'm like, "Bro, what are you talking about?" Because all the rappers I looked up to, Lil Kiki, Big Pokey, everybody from the Screwed Up Clique, I'm like, they hustle, right? And he'd be like, "Man, just you ain't gonna be able to rap and sell dope." And come to find out, a lot of dudes didn't. They hustle, but they wasn't like the songs made it sound. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm living like my songs sound for real. And I'm like, damn, I meet people and I'm up more than them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're rapping about your life.
To a degree, yeah.
They're exaggerating.
Yeah, from the stuff
Based
I
off of
heard
the
and
shit
what
you
I
did.
know, like back then, yeah, it was just rap. And you know, I'm thinking everybody rich. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you doing now?
I own and drive trucks.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I own and drive trucks. I got a clothing line. This is my brand right here.
That's
WDH Apparel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got a podcast.
Okay.
I got 2 podcasts actually. One on WDH TV on YouTube, and another one on AVG TV, which is called The Block Is Hot. I got a co-host with that one. And that's what I'm doing, man.
Yeah.
I'm serving these looks. I'm serving drip, and I'm getting freight moves.
Yeah.
Keeping the world moving, man.
Yeah. How is moving freight? I'm fascinated by that. I want to have a freight business.
I love it,
Which
bro.
I know is a weird transition. Podcaster to freight.
Listen,
But I love logistics.
my runner didn't run for me because he had to. He did it because he was my friend. But I used to always look at his life and say, if I got to get a job again, that's what I want to do. Because he didn't have money problems. He had other problems, no money problems. Truckers get paid pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you got to own your shit.
Especially
Right?
if you can get paid either way. I know guys making $3,000 a week that drive for companies. I know guys making $3,500 a week on their own truck. So it could be, what would you rather? Make $3,500 and you own your truck, or make $3,000 and somebody else got to worry about all the overhead and stuff? You see what I'm saying? So it just depends, you know. But I know guys making $8,000 a week too.
Right.
But they over the road and different things.
Yeah. So for somebody that's, I think this is a good thing to talk about right now, because it's, we've talked to guys that got out of long prison stretches, and they started, long haul trucking, like car hauling businesses. What is like an 18-wheeler? Do you have an 18-wheeler business?
18-wheeler, yeah.
Okay, so then how does that work? How do you make money? How do you make money from that? Do you get paid per item that you
get
are
paid per
carrying?
load. You get paid by the load. You find you a dispatcher or a broker, book the freight. It might pay, just say I get something coming from Houston to Austin, might pay $1,100. Get that, come here, get my broker. When I'm on the way, you tell your broker, your dispatcher, hey, find me something coming back. When you get to Austin, you may get something, or you may have to drive 50 miles outside of Austin to find your load back. And you might make another $600-$700 on that.
And you get paid right away?
With factoring companies, yes, you can get paid as fast as 24 hours.
Okay.
You deliver the load, you send your BOL that is signed and sealed and delivered, and you have your money in 24 hours. And they charge you 3% for that, but they could wait a month on that invoice. They can wait, they got 90 days to pay. But most people pay invoices by the end of the month.
So you can have your own business.
You can have your own factory. You can start a factoring business. I'm gonna make 3%. I'm gonna pay you and wait on my money.
There you go. And you have a felony, obviously. Felons can do it.
Exactly, and that's one thing I like. It's great for people to re-enter. This is one of the few businesses that don't discriminate on your background, your ethnic race, none of that stuff. It's one of the few businesses that does that. And it's one of the few businesses that you can invest in yourself and make a profit within the first 3 months.
Yeah.
There's not too many businesses. Like the average business will take 3 to 5 years to see a real profit.
Yeah.
I don't mean pay your bills at home.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a real profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been offered, you got any guys from the old neighborhood that say, hey, we want to take this package to Houston?
Plain, jokingly, yeah. People, but they know better than me like that. They know like that ain't happening.
I just read this headline. It was some Chinese guy from Houston. He owned like all the logistics from A to Z. He owned the trucks, owned the logistics and the dispatch, and had all his runners. And he was bringing in a lot of meth.
Oh, no shit.
A lot of meth. Yeah, it's all the truck driver. I've learned from talking to like actual cartel guys to DEA agents. The guys making the most money in the cartel or the drug business now
Transportation.
it's the transport guys. And those are guys who own the trucking company. So it's a lot of Indian dudes, again, Chinese guys, you know.
Man, I was blessed to have free will at a truck. I didn't have to buy fuel, didn't have to pay maintenance. I was just blessed to have a guy that drove for a good company. And back then, it wasn't no ELDs. Like now they can track everything. Back then, everything was paper log.
Right.
So he can manipulate the log and do what he got to do to get me what I needed by the time I needed it.
Right.
And they not be like, well, why you pass home up to go to Houston? You feel me?
Right.
He might be coming from Pennsylvania and he coming to Houston, then going home to park his truck.
Right.
But it wasn't no ELD back then to track all of that stuff.
Right. I see.
Now, you probably couldn't get away with that. You can't get away with that.
So they can see where your truck goes?
Yeah. Trucking company can see everywhere it goes.
Okay. So you have to, that's why you got to own the trucking company. If you're doing some dirt, you got to own that
You gotta
bitch.
own it. And you still got checks and balances if you own it.
Who do you have to report to if you own a trucking company?
DOT. I mean, if
Which is
you know,
Department of Transportation.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just don't want your trucks to get caught with bad logs. Like it opened the door for searches and seizures.
Investigations.
They know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most times, like, they be on some rat shit, they get you caught, man.
Right. I mean, look, it's just a cat and mouse game. They can't get all of it, and you can't get away with it forever.
Hello.
There we go.
Yeah.
Such is life, dude. It's all going to end.
It's all going to end.
Hey, man, well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for coming through.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Shout out your podcast one more time. And, yeah, where can we get a Texas-made joint, bro? That's tight as fuck. It's cut off. It looks like good quality.
It's a crop shirt.
Cropped, yeah.
Just follow me on Instagram at JuggWDH. Hit me in the DM, man. Get you some apparel. My podcast is WDH TV on YouTube, WDH space TV. And we rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah, you're Houston.
I got 30 million views. I had a couple videos go viral. We working, man. 13, 14,000 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll link to that in the description. You're from Louisiana, but you're a Houston cat, in my opinion, man. Shout out Houston, dude. I love it down there.
If you met somebody else from Alexandria, you would say that about, it's all one big family. You know what I'm saying?
Country cousins, dude.
Yeah, but I've been in Houston longer than I lived in Alexandria.
That's your adopted home.
I done crossed over to a point where I've been in Texas longer now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, hey, Jugg, thanks for coming through.
Appreciate you, Johnny.
All right, you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.